The title is A Respectfully Real Relationship with the Earth, a Sacred Journey. Now, just to get a little perspective on the issue, in the beginning, the theory is that there was dust and gases floating in space. And over time, through being heated and cooled, matter was formed and the Earth was formed. And that the earliest life were bacteria and algae. Now, the algae is very important because it has chlorophyll. So you take water plus carbon dioxide, the process is called photosynthesis, water plus carbon dioxide in the presence of chlorophyll with the energy from the sun, it creates sugar, which feeds the plant and feeds all animals. And most importantly, it also releases oxygen as a process of photosynthesis. Oxygen is O2. When it rises, it was transformed also into O3. Got an extra molecule of oxygen, and O3 is ozone. Thus, we have the ozone layer, which is really the stratosphere. So ultimately, what you have here is the atmosphere. The bottom layer is called the troposphere. That's the most dense, heaviest part. Above that's the stratosphere. We also have the biosphere. The biosphere is where biological organisms live. It's about 10,000 feet above sea level, and then going down into the depths of the ocean. That's the biosphere. So you have the biosphere, the troposphere, the stratosphere, and then the stratosphere and the troposphere, that's the atmosphere. Now, the stratosphere has a lot of the ozone, and that's why it's called the ozone layer, because there's a lot of ozone in the stratosphere. There's a lot of facts and figures, things to just kind of get a hold of. But you got to keep in mind that amazing process of photosynthesis. Now, the Earth's diameter, just to give you some idea what we're talking about here, is 7,900 miles roughly. And we're about 91 million miles away from the sun, just to set everything in perspective. And we're whirling around that sun, moving around 365 days to complete a whole cycle around the sun. We're twirling on our axis. We don't feel it because the atmosphere is moving right with us. But it's an amazing process. So when we talk about a respectfully real relationship with the Earth, we're really talking about it for ourselves and our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. And there have been two views about our relationship with the Earth. One has to do is that we're the custodians of the Earth, to preserve it and to look after it. The other view is we're part of the Earth, just as the trees and the rocks. We're also a part of the Earth. We move around on it, and we're a part of the Earth. The two types of views lead to a very different kind of relationship. Part of the Earth is more of an organic interrelationship. Custodian of the Earth, we do other kinds of things to it. So as this responsibility we have to the Earth. Now, it's a matter of more than preserving it. The sacred journey is also helping it actualize its potential, to beautify it. At one time, nature was seen as something to conquer. It was an enemy. It was a danger to conquer it. Now nature is seen as an escape from the city. We've created our buildings and our structures. Now people want to escape and go to nature because it's also very healing for us. And what we keep in mind also, this huge Earth of 7,900 miles in diameter also is a huge magnet. So you have this magnet whirling through space. So this is what we have then. This is a little bit of what we're talking. Now what we're talking about also are the kinds of gases that we have. We know we have the oxygen go up. Some of these, you've probably heard the term greenhouse gases. This includes CO2, methane. Also, ozone is considered a greenhouse gas. Now, the stratosphere with the ozone plays a very important function. What it does actually helps keep meteors from coming and hitting us, but also keeps the radiation from the sun. That radiation from the sun. So when they talk about the danger of thinning out that ozone, and the radiation then would heat up the Earth, and thus we have the term global warming. That the ozone is being thinned out, and you particularly have halogen and a gas called the HFCs that replace it. But so the greenhouse gases also will affect it. So you have, when that thins out, the potential for warming up the Earth. But it's interesting to note that as the troposphere warms up and the biosphere warms up, as this whole process is happening, the stratosphere is actually cooling down.